Hua Hin. So as many of you know, if you've been following, I just finished up a trip around the entire country. I was traveling for about 4 months and I went to close to 30 Muay Thai gyms. Not only was I seeking out some of the best Muay Thai in Thailand, but I was also getting the travel experience, the cultural experience, putting my language skills to the test. But something I'd been kind of quiet about is that I was actually also in the background, just kind of contemplating where I could move to and settle down a little bit more permanently. You see, I've been nomadic for about a full year now, and as fun as that is, I'm just tired of living out of bags. I want some stability, and I want to have a kitchen every day of the week, all that kind of good stuff. So I decided to move here to Hua Hin. So today's episode is all about why I moved here, why I think you should consider coming here if you ever come to train in Thailand, and then we're going to go find one of the best Muay Thai gyms in this town of about 60,000 people. So to be quite honest, there's actually a handful of reasons I decided to move here. One being is that, well, I came here about 4, maybe 5 times before I made the decision, and I considered moving here a few times before I actually pulled the trigger on it. You see, this town, I wouldn't say there's anything super special about it specifically, other than the fact it has a bit of everything, okay? So it's got a beach, and full transparency, it's a nice beach. It's not as nice as like the Koh Samuis and the Phukets, but it's nice. And in those areas, you find a lot of tourists. Here, not so many tourists. There is a larger expat community, but they tend to be a little bit older, and it's not like a large party community just behaving badly, like you find in Pattaya, Phuket, Koh Samui, Koh Phanang, these types of places, okay? So you get the local vibe. There's really good local neighborhoods. In fact, the neighborhood I'm moving into today is a local neighborhood. So I'll show you the house that I got for a very affordable price, which is just insane. And then, of course, there are Muay Thai gyms. So I did an episode on the Sichapo Muay Thai gym. If you haven't seen that, make sure you go watch it. It's one of the most technical gyms in the country. And I always knew there was another gym here called Mr. Nok Muay Thai, which we're going to today. So make sure you watch until the end, because I went and checked it out and it is awesome. But when I got here, I actually discovered that there's a lot more Muay Thai gyms than I expected. So the Muay Thai scene here is actually quite good, and there's a lot of fights to go watch pretty much every night, which was a surprise to me, because this town, like I said, it's only about 60,000 people, and there's not a lot of tourists, but the attendance is still high, okay? The other thing is the affordability. Rent is a lot cheaper here than other places in Thailand, and food is a lot cheaper. Medical care is actually really good. There's a Bangkok hospital here. Not that, I expect to go to the hospital all the time. It's just good to know that if you need medical attention, you've got some of the best in the world right here in this town. And as you can see, it's just not that packed, right? I mean, this is like 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock today, and there's just a few people here. So you kind of have these beaches all to yourself sometimes. Now, this is the beach called Khao Takiab, and it's the southern part of the town. But this is a town, again, where you can get around pretty much anywhere within 10 minutes. So if you need to buy something, there's a certain gym you want to go to, you rent a moped or buy one, you're there in about 10 minutes. So big enough to have everything you need, but small enough to not be overwhelming. The other thing is that just over here, you can't really see it because of the buildings, there are a lot of mountains. There's places to camp, places to hike. There's elephant sanctuaries. So this place honestly has a little bit of everything, and you can find everything you want. If you want the party life, you can find that. If you want the chill, just sabai local life, you also find that. Okay, so it has pretty much everything. And of course, it has phenomenal Muay Thai, which we're about to get into in today's episode. So without further ado, let's take a little peek at what some of Hua Hin looks like. We'll go take a look at my new apartment, or actually it's a house, and then we're gonna get into some of the best Muay Thai in this town, Hua Hin, at Mr. Nok Muay Thai. Okay. Very welcoming people, even little kids. So this is my neighborhood, just by the way. As you can see, it's very local, nice, clean, a little grubby, I guess, but that's just the way I like it. This is what a real Thai neighborhood looks like. So overall, I have to say, I'm really happy with my decision in moving here to Hua Hin. It just keeps getting better and better. And you know, the more I get around, the more I get to know people. I've met people here from different parts of the world who are super friendly, and actually know some of the same people I know in Britain and Europe. Thai people are just super friendly and local, so it's just an unbeatable feeling. It's very welcoming, and I've never felt it in any other country I've been to, and I've been to 47 countries now. So Hua Hin and just Thailand in general is just a good move. You should really consider it sometime, at least to come visit. All right, guys, so here is my new house that I just got. It's pretty crazy. So the owner still has some stuff here. He's gonna come pick it up, but you got this kind of nice, chill sitting area that's outside. Those are the neighbors. So you can see the street is really quiet and chill. It's all local stuff. And it's next to this kind of forest jungly area. There's mango trees and cherry trees in there. So that's pretty cool. And you don't have neighbors directly next to us. And then we've got the main living room, nice and clean. Lots of windows to keep a draft coming through. It's a 2-bedroom. So this is basically the main bedroom. And that's pretty much everything I own right here, those 3 bags. And then we've got one other bedroom here, / office. And then we have a nice bathroom, a decent little kitchen. But then we have something that's actually pretty cool, a Thai style outdoor kitchen. Look at that. And then you can just hang your laundry up here. So overall, I know you guys are wondering how much this costs because Thailand is very affordable. So here you go, check this out. $370 US a month for a 2-bedroom house next to an empty lot in a chill central neighborhood in Hua Hin. I mean, you just can't beat that. It's pretty awesome, right? Okay, so enough of the house. Let's go and check out Mr. Nok Muay Thai. All right, so the Mr. Nok gym is about 10 or 15 minutes outside of town. So if you want to come here, this is definitely one of those places where you can lock in. They've got accommodation. I'll go through all the pricing and all that stuff for you guys here shortly. But Mr. Nok himself, if you're not familiar, throughout the 2015-2016 era, I believe, he became the 2nd ranked fighter in Rajamandurn, which is like the highest ranked fighters in Thailand. Had close to 250 fights, and over 100 of them were won by knockouts. Now, Mr. Nok and his coaches have this real kind of, I like it, real kind of bullish style to where they just kind of come in and they set up a lot of leg kicks with heavy hooks. It's real basic, but it's real also fancy at the same time. It's kind of hard to explain, but without further ado, let's go check out Mr. Nok Muay Thai. So basically right up against this basically empty lot here, they've got decent accommodation, and you can get a shared room or you can get your own room. Obviously there's a price difference. But if you want to come here and lock in and train with very few distractions, which in Hua Hin, there's not a lot of distractions anyway. This place is kind of ideal. It's got a cool kind of chill hangout spot as well. There's a hammock, there's a cafe. You can buy drinks and water. It's a nice, well-kept gym. The style is, I wouldn't say it's unique, but it definitely stands out. In fact, when I came here to train the other day, I thought that they had a really interesting combination of skill and technique with conditioning. A lot of times you'll find that a lot of gyms just have like conditioning classes and then technique classes, which sometimes I don't like. I want to show up and just do skills, and then it's a conditioning class or vice versa. So what they did the other day was basic warm-up, and then it was a few rounds of reasonably high intensity sparring, not too hard, but fast pace. And then it was pad rounds, and then it was sparring again, and then it was clinch. And then when you're pretty much exhausted, because keep in mind, that's a long class and it's super hot. After all of that, then it was a few rounds of shadow boxing, which I thought was really smart because it kind of keeps you sharp in that fatigued state. And that's really important, especially if you want to fight, right? Keep your skills sharp, keep your hands up, move the same way you intend to move, despite being drained and exhausted after a couple hours of sweating and training hard in the heat and sweating out all of your electrolytes and your salt and all that good stuff. So anyhow, we're here a little bit early, so I'm gonna take my time warming up. And as a few other people show up, I'm sure we'll get into some good training. And just by the way, the other day, there wasn't a lot of people. I think it was maybe 9 people, which is really nice because a lot of times when you come to train in Thailand, it's just packed full of people and the coaches can't give the best attention. However, here, I got a lot of attention. And look, I wouldn't be doing this video about this gym if I didn't think it was a good one. All right, so just kind of as I'm warming up here, I got the prices here for you guys. So 1 month of training, which is typically you're paying for twice a day, is 15,500 baht. So that's just over 500 US. You can do training plus a shared room. So you share a room with somebody and that is 26,000 baht 400, 26,400 baht. That's just under $1,000. Or you can do training with your own private room, which is 30,400. So still just over $1,000. So honestly, the price difference between the shared room and your own personal room isn't that big. Personally, I would go for my own personal room. And then you can do one-off classes. So one-off class is 500 baht. That is like $17 or $18. And then there's a 10 class package where you can save a little bit. So you can get 10 classes for 4,000, which is about 130 bucks. So, 10 classes in a month is decent for someone who's beginning. But as you get into it, you're probably gonna wanna do more because you'll probably do 3, 4, maybe 5 sessions a week. If you're gonna compete, you're probably gonna do twice a days. But I think, if you wanna just come check it out, the 10 classes is probably a good place to start. But if you just wanna come and lock in, I mean, look, you got accommodation right here. And it's pretty affordable considering the fact that you get your own room plus quality training and you could even prepare for a fight or just have a fantastic experience and learn a lot. I mean, $1,000 bucks, that's a pretty good deal. All right, so the warm-up is just started. And as you can see, there's only one other person here. I think there's another person out running. So last time I was here, I think there was 7 or 8 people. It looks like there might just be 3 or 4 people today, which is awesome because you get more attention from the coaches. So it's just a few minutes of jump rope. And then I'm sure we'll get into some stretching, mobility, and then more skill-specific training. So it's about a 10-minute warm-up on jump rope. Pro tip, make sure you put a lot of salt in your water before, during, and after your training. By the way, guys, I got a prototype of some custom-made shorts. I'm gonna make better ones, and no, they're not for sale yet. But let me know down in the comments, would you buy Food, Fitness, and Fisticuff Muay Thai shorts? Let me know down in the comments. One thing I really noticed here is that it's super quiet during the warm-ups, which kind of sets an interesting pace. I think it's good for coming into training with a clear mind. Most gyms have really loud, honestly terrible music playing. This place, it's super quiet, and it gets you into the mindset of what you're about to do, and I like it. Also, I'm just a terrible music critic, so that's another reason I enjoy the silence sometimes. It's really weird that I'm whispering into a microphone on the ground in front of all these people too. Make sure you're doing your mobility work, especially if you're over 40, guys. Because Muay Thai is a hard sport. It'll wreck you more than weightlifting sometimes. Might not look like it, but it's a lot of repetitive, explosive movements. All right, so we've just been told to put on the gloves, but I have to say this atmosphere is still like a little mysterious. Like I like it, but it's like very serious. Like it's quiet. A lot of gyms, they kind of have this fun vibe, like straight from the get-go, and that's cool. You don't need that, but this is like they're focused. You know, there's no music. There's very few words spoken at all. In fact, I'm speaking the most here. I should probably shut up and just put my gloves on and do what he's about to tell me to do. But it's kind of cool, actually. It's a nice change of pace. It's not super fast to warm up. We're going to get into some intense training for sure. But it's kind of like this serious tone. Like we're about to get into some real shit. So every time you come into a session, you're going to be doing some work on your own, shadow boxing, bag work. So when you're with the coach on the pads, that's when you listen to the coach for sure. Unless they instruct you otherwise, I think it's a really good idea to come in with some sort of a game plan with your shadow boxing or your bag work. For example, one day I'll really work on my teeps, my push kicks, and then maybe just setting them up or using them to set other things up. Other days I might work on my footwork and angles and range. Other days I might work on my punches. Other days I might work on my switch kick or just my left kick. Every time you train, you should have some sort of idea and intention of what you're about to do. So for me today, I want to work on range with my punches because my boxing is probably my weakest point for Muay Thai, and then following through with kicks. All right, time for pad work. Sorry, kap. Tam video. Okay, my kap. Kunชื่ออะไรครับ
วัชเลิมอุดรเมืองครับครูเหลิมครับ
Kulim?
ครูเหลิม
Kulim. Okay, we got Kulim today. He's one of the bigger coaches to hold pads for me, so special. Okay. I usually need a warm-up round on the pads, but you don't always get that. They just push you, explode. It's a good thing. I mean, if you want to fight, you got to be able to fly right out of the gate, right? One thing I noticed here is that they hold the pads a little bit higher, which is great because they know I'm taller, so I'm going to be kicking taller bodies at my range. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but it's a good one. Okay, really cool in that he told me to go lighter and focus on technique, which is a good call. And he's really pushing me to use teeps and set up teeps. And I'm guessing that's because I'm a taller practitioner. So really good coaching. When they can pick up on your body style and what might work best for you, and they just drill the shit out of it for you, that's what you're looking for. All right, so here's how I film these shots, looking like a jackass. But hey, makes for good content, I hope. What do you think? You think these shots are good? Let me know down in the comments. Yeah. 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 So it's a little bit what I was talking about earlier, is this real bullish approach to setting up these power leg kicks, which I love. I think that's something I used to practice a lot more into the last couple of years. but it's just bringing it back to the basics and hammering the fuck out of it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so after 3 moderately intense rounds, they've told us just to go kind of relax on the bag because whatever's coming next is probably going to be sparring or clinch work or something like that. So usually what I'll do after my pad work is, look, here's the thing, like there's 3 coaches. So what they're doing is just going through everybody, making sure absolutely everybody gets their pad work done. So once I've gone, I usually just keep it light and just flow. I don't want to burn out for the next thing, and I'm not getting ready for a fight or anything like that. So I'm just going to work on my hands mostly on a smaller bag and just keep it kind of light until they tell us to do whatever we're going to do next. Okay, so take our hand wraps off, and we've been told to wash our hands, which means we're about to get into clinch. So if you saw the episode from FA Training Group in Bangkok alongside with PK Sanchai, they were really big on hygiene. And this is the second gym, again, close to 30 Muay Thai gyms in Thailand. This is only the second gym that has told us to wash our hands before clinching. So really good plus. As you can see, the gym is super clean. That's just another bonus. Like every time they tell us to do something, I'm finding something I like more and more about this place. So I live about 15 minutes away. I don't know if I want to make this my permanent gym, but I'm definitely going to keep coming back here. So it's just going over some like training etiquette, which isn't taught enough. So in the clinch, you don't want to use the hard, rigid part of your knees when you're practicing with a friend, your training partner, and like potentially break a rib, right? So he's talking about using the inside of your thigh, which is really smart, and it's just good training etiquette. There's something about clinch conditioning that really just feels like jiu-jitsu because it's a bit of everything, right? It's a couple different energy systems. I mean, regular Muay Thai, you've got your anaerobic explosive movements and just basic cardio, endurance. But then you have this, like, you add this element of strength to it, much like in jiu-jitsu. And it's like, it's tough to condition that. That's why they do really long clinch rounds. They're usually like 10 minutes long, no break. And if you start to get tired like I do, minute 7 or 8, those last 2 to 3 minutes you're going to get thrashed. Fortunately, they control the pace here, but you're definitely going to lose those rounds. By the way, if you're just good on the outside, meaning within your punch and kick range, maybe your knee and elbow range, and then you suck at the clinch, you're not learning Muay Thai. Clinch is absolutely crucial for the art of Muay Thai. If you come to Thailand, you're going to discover that real quick. So here's the thing I was talking about in the beginning, is it gets you good and tired. Pad work, lots of bag work, and then jump knees and 200 teeps to the bag. So at this point, you're drained. And then they have you shadow box more. Really smart, shadow box at the end when you're tired. So you learn to keep your hands up more. You learn to be quick on your feet. You snap your shots. You'll see real quick how much you slow down if you shadow box at the end of a class. So I think this is really smart. All right, we are with Mr. Nok himself. Thank you very much for letting us come to your gym and train today. I really like your gym.
Yes, สวัสดีครับผมจุนมิสเตอร์น็อกครับ you welcome
All right, thank you. So one thing I noticed about your gym is many Muay Thai gyms, they have conditioning days like fitness and then technical days like training and technique and sparring. But here, I feel like I have both. You understand?
Yeah.
Is that your style and why do you make it like this at this gym?
Yeah, because we keep like a you know some like a how I train when I young. You know this we training and after we do that on the back. Someday we do punch and knee and speed kick or something for a good cardio.
Okay.
We have sometimes we have weight training too.
Okay.
After that.
Perfect. Yeah, because many gyms you go and it feels like a fitness class, like for tourists. Like Muay Thai Disneyland or something. But here it's like real traditional Muay Thai where you get both.
Yeah. We train the fighter too. We have their all experience.
Okay.
Many level in the gym. We have fighter too. If they have fighter, we train more like a fighter style. We do same the fighter style.
Okay. And what advice could you give to Falang, some Westerner people who want to come and train in Thailand? What would you say to people who have never been to Thailand and they want to come here and train Muay Thai?
Everyone can come. We have Muay Thai training all level. We have the coach. If you beginner, you have the trainer. They take care everything. They can help you. You not just what I do. I come to the gym how I do, but my trainer and me everyone help. If you don't know how to train, but you can learn from the beginning, from the basic and everything. And you can try some technique. Just learn how you learn the technique, the knowledge. You don't want to fight, but you can learn.
That's perfect. I noticed that because when I train in some gyms, the coaches, they just hold pads and they don't look at you so much. But here, they want to correct, they want to help. So I think that's really good about your gym. One thing I think is really cool about your gym is you have places for people to live. Rooms?
We have room for people want to stay. I make like a Muay Thai family. I want people stay and finish training. We can sit, we can enjoy. Play some game, something like that.
I noticed that. Is that your mom that lives here too?
Yes, my mom just come to visit.
Oh, okay, it's great. It has a very good family energy here. But also serious. In the beginning of training, there's no smiles and nobody's talking. It's quiet. But then when people start moving, it starts to get fun.
Maybe they try it. They work all day. Maybe they try it or something. People. The trainer, they're nice. They're funny.
Okay. So the best way for someone who wants to come to Hua Hin and train in Mr. Nok, they go to your website or Instagram. What is the best way?
The Mr. Nok Muay Thai @gmail.com is better.
Okay. Or email.
Email.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys. If you want to come to Hua Hin, a nice beach town that's not too big and busy, full of annoying tourists, Mr. Nok is an awesome gym to come train and live at. Thank you very much.
ขอบคุณครับ You come everybody Mr. Nok Muay Thai.
All right, I'm hungry. Let's go check out some of the local food scene in Hua Hin. All right, so this is the Ban Kun Po food court, and it's very lively pretty much every night. One thing I will recommend if you want to come here is come here before 8 o'clock because a really loud band starts to play at 8. So if you want to come here, come at 7. But as you can see, there's a lot of Thai families just coming out enjoying dinner. There's a lot of people hanging out, drinking. There's a lot of the older Westerners with their young, hot Thai wives or girlfriends. But it's just a really good place. There's a lot of options. Of course, if you've been watching this channel at all, you could probably guess what I'm about to eat. In fact, let's do this. If you're a loyal subscriber, tell me what I'm about to eat right now in the comments. I'll wait. I'll give a shout out to whoever guesses it first. It's gonna be 3 things. All right, have you commented yet? All right, cool. Let's dig into some food. All right, if you guessed gayang, khao niao, and som tam, you were correct. I also had to get a spicy tom sep pork soup, which is absolutely amazing. If you've never had it, you definitely need to try it. So this is just generally what Ethan eats after training. It's got good macros, a lot of protein, decent amount of carbs, which you need after training like that, and some fat. So overall, guys, look, Hua Hin, it's affordable. The rent, as you can see, is very affordable, and for what you get, it's actually unbelievable. It's got a really nice beach. Not the best beach in Thailand, but it's nice. It's not a huge town. It's not too busy. There's not a lot of people partying and tourists misbehaving here. It's a decent size, and around there's a lot of places to go hiking. There's some national parks, there's some elephant sanctuaries, and it's got great Muay Thai gyms, and the food scene is actually just as good as anywhere else in Thailand. So overall, I think if you want to come here and avoid the tourist traps, Hua Hin is definitely a place that you should consider. You get the beach, you get the Muay Thai, you get the food, you get the affordability that most people want when they come to Thailand. So anyway, guys, I hope you like this episode. There's going to be more episodes coming from Hua Hin specifically because I got to check out the other Muay Thai gyms, and we're going to do that together. So, by the way, with the food here, if you haven't picked up the Muay Thai travel guide and you are planning to come to Thailand, the link for that is down in the description. I cover all the macro-friendly Thai foods, the visas you may want to consider, safe travel, the apps you're going to need, all that good stuff, and of course, all of the awesome Muay Thai gyms I think that are worth your time when you come here. All right. If you watched until now, as always, thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you in the next episode.